Yo, what's up guys, my name's Hakiii and we have a very expensive update in GTA Online and we need a lot of money for it. So here are the best money methods to grind right now in GTA Online. First, our weekly bonuses. Currently we have a really good money in RP bonus, and usually leading up to a big DLC update, Rockstar does give us some of the best bonus money out there. Currently there's triple money in RP on a VIP work, which is a really easy money method. So I'm gonna start either hostile takeover, asset recovery, or sightseer. Actually, headhunter is another good one, so let's go for a headhunter and see how much money we can make in just a few minutes. We basically just need to have a pretty good and convenient vehicle, go to 4 different targets and take them out. Even though we have a 15-minute timer for this mission, it shouldn't take anywhere near that time, and I recommend using either a Deluxo oppressor, or what might be the best option is the Sparrow helicopter, since it actually has unlimited missiles unlike the Mark II oppressor. Here is another target, already 2 targets down. Actually, he has an armored vehicle, so it might take a couple of missiles to get this guy. He's making a run for it, and we have got him. 2 targets in about 40-45 seconds. We might actually complete it a little bit too quick, because you do get some more money if you take a little bit longer, but since we're trying to make money as quick as possible, I think I'm just gonna finish it. Here is another target on foot. I got absolutely lasered. Let me actually eat some snacks real quick. Always good to have some snacks and body armor with you, no matter what mission it is. So 1.5 minutes, and we are closing in on the final target. Let's lock onto that armored vehicle. Should take like 2 or 3 missiles, or maybe 4 actually. Holy crap. Over $61,000 in less than 2 minutes of work. That is actually an amazing payout, my goodness. And then you're gonna have a short cooldown in between them, 5 minutes, so feel free to just rinse and repeat this, and feel free to do something else during these 5 minutes. So another really good money method that I haven't done this week, that you could do once per week and is the easiest way to make $250,000 in GTA Online, is the HSW time trial. If you have a good vehicle for it that's fast enough and handles okay, at least it should be really easy. I'm gonna drop teleport right next to the marker. My number one option for these HSW time trials is hands down the Hakiii drag, so highly recommend getting this motorcycle. Really good traction, extremely fast. The majority of the time it's actually gonna be a 1 or 2 minute time trial. This is probably the longest one, but it's still under 4 minutes, so extremely quick. Let's start it up, see where the destination is, mark it on the map, make sure you're going the right way, and I think that's pretty much it. Now let's quit out of this thing, restart, and now we're actually ready to begin.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Looks like we're gonna have a good amount of time left over. We're gonna finish this with like 20 or 30 seconds left over. Let's take another little shortcut here, and that is going to be the time trial done. So just a few minutes, $250,000. Make sure you do it every single week, and in the long term it's actually going to make you millions of dollars just by having a fast HSW vehicle like this. So 253k. Let's call in the next vehicle that's going to be a part of the next money method. That's going to be the Acid Lab, one of the best businesses in the entire game, and it's super cheap to get as well. After doing the first dose missions, which are a good money method themselves, you can buy this thing for 750k, and this is easily one of the most convenient vehicles out there, with a whole business in the back of it. So let's resupply a little bit. We actually almost have it completely full, and you definitely want to sell this in a public session just so you get the high demand bonus, and then I believe you get about 50% more money for the sell mission. You would go up to MUT and then buy some supplies, or you can actually just call them through your contact list, and that's also another way to do that. Let's go into a public session and see how much money we can get with the high demand bonus. It's going to be much more than 220k only, and you definitely want to go and boost the asset production by going to this area and then just pressing right D-pad on it. We're in a session with almost 30 people, which is pretty much the maximum you can have in an online session, meaning we're going to get the maximum amount of high demand bonus. If you have over 20 or 25 people in the session, you're going to be getting the full amount. So just make sure there's a good amount of people in the session, and that's pretty much it. Make sure there aren't too many griefers at the same time, because that could be an issue, and once again it is a bit more risky. That's why you're getting a bit more money. When you're actually ready to sell and you're basically at max product, or at least close to max product like me here, just press right D-pad in this corner of the Acid Lab, and that's going to start up the sell mission. It's going to spawn us on the Manchester Scout motorcycle, which is a really good bike, super maneuverable, honestly one of the best bikes in the game. So let's see, the first drop off is going to be not too far away. Pulling a wheelie with this thing is actually very useful. You can even turn a little bit while doing the wheelie. That's how good the handling of this motorcycle is. I'm literally going from side to side as I'm doing a wheelie. That's crazy. We do have a 20-minute timer, but just like the VIP work, it really shouldn't take that long to do this. Looks like we have to go in this parking garage. Let's just make sure we have some body armor and a weapon ready. We do have some police right next to us, but yeah, we're just gonna do what it tells us. And there you go, a bunch of police just caught us. Return to the delivery bike. Oh my gosh, the police helicopter just freaking crashed. Eat a bunch of snacks immediately. Luckily, we're not getting lasered that badly considering there's so many enemies here. And I think that's pretty much enough police officers taken out. So all I'm gonna do is hop back on the main chest scout, lose the cops real quick. There's a ramp somewhere. Okay, there's the ramp on that side. We're just gonna hopefully make this jump, land in the tennis court, but we're good luckily. Let's just pull a wheelie. Oh, that was actually kind of nice. Let's go. What a cool escape. We have a 3-star wanted level. Let's just go and find a parking garage to hide in, and that should do the job. Anytime you have a bunch of stars on you, just go to the 2nd or 3rd floor of this place, and that's an easy way to lose the cops. Let's just hide in this corner, and then we just deliver the acid to the drop-off. Easy as that. It's not even too far away. 5.5 minutes, we have completed the cell mission. Then let's just leave the area. I guess I could just call in my Oppressor Mark II, and instead of 220,000 with the high demand bonus from the cell mission, we have got almost 330,000. So that is a very easy money method right there. You can make your money back after just 2 cell missions with pretty minimal effort, just resupplying the product every now and then, and that's basically it. It's just a waiting game after that. Now, I am absolutely addicted to passive income in GTA Online, and it is such a nice way to get extra money as you play the game with pretty minimal effort, refilling popularity in the nightclub or in the salvage yard, which is actually also one of the best passive money makers. I'm gonna collect 80k, but this does have a capacity of 250k if you choose to wait a little bit longer. After waiting however long and collecting it, you can refill the daily rate to about 22,500 just by doing 2 of these tow truck service missions, which are super easy. Most of the time, it's going to give you a pretty close location of a vehicle that you need to bring back to the salvage yard. And this is a pretty cool method to get active money and passive money at the same time, because after delivering this vehicle, you wait 1 in-game day and then you make about $35,000. So you make $35,000 actively. At the same time, you do actually increase the daily rate in that passive income safe to about 22,500 if you do 2 of them. The only thing to note is you do have a 1-minute cooldown between the 2 service missions, but that's really not a big deal. This is not a close location by any means. Most of the time it's going to be much closer than going to the very edge of the city here. If you really don't like your destination, literally just set your spawn location to the salvage yard, find a new session, and then you can hopefully start one up and get a closer location. Let's go ahead and back into it. It's going to snap on to the tow truck, and now we just take it back to the salvage yard. Super straightforward, very easy way to get the maximum amount of profit with the salvage yard passive income safe. And then you literally just do the same exact mission a second time, and that is basically it. You just get 65, maybe $70,000 actively plus the maximum rate of passive income. And speaking of passive income, the best passive money maker hands down is in the nightclub. So let's go over there, collect the money, and refill the nightclub popularity. The main way you should be filling it up through the computer, and definitely do it through the basement computer so you don't have to go through a really long cutscene. So let's go over to the basement. Casually just collected 71,000. Like the salvage yard, the capacity is also $250,000 with this. Total earnings ever with this passive income is over $27 million. That is actually insane. And every time you rebook a DJ, it's gonna fill up the nightclub popularity by half a bar or 10%. So keep it in mind. For example, I had a bar and a half I needed to refill, so I chose to rebook 3 different DJs to max out the bar. And then simple as that, we're gonna be making $50,000 every in-game day with this safe. There's a lot of nice wall safes in this game, so let's head over to the agency now. I do have a good amount of money in this safe to collect, so feel free to just go around every once in a while and collect all of these passive incomes, because they could definitely make you a couple $100,000, if not close to $1 million every single day collecting all of them. So almost 100k in this agency one, and basically how you increase the rate is grinding more and more security contracts, So if you're a grinder, this is perfect for you. Also, some nice passive income safes inside of the arcade and the garment factory, but those fill up a bit slower, so I'm not going to collect them just yet. As I say that, we got some money in the garment factory. We also have the hands-on car wash, which is a really easy passive income safe. You basically just have to own other businesses to fuel the daily rate of the hands-on car wash safe. And if you own most of the businesses in GTA Online along with this car wash, you're going to be making anywhere from $25,000 all the way up to $32,000 daily, which is pretty freaking good for passive income. It might not sound like a lot, but trust me, it is. It definitely adds up quickly. And to reset the heat bar, you simply just go up to this laptop, do one car wash mission. Usually takes about 2 or 3 minutes, basically just some driving. That's going to reset the bar to 0 because as you generate money, you gain more and more heat. Let's move on to the next money method that I've been grinding a lot recently in GTA Online, and that's literally just grinding Cayo Perico and the Diamond Casino heist. But it's not doing the setups yourself every single time. It's a really lazy way and easy way to get money because people in the community tabs of Xbox and PlayStation are constantly looking for people to help them with those heist finales. So they did the setups already. You just have to join in for the finale that usually takes about 10 to 20 minutes. If you're doing the Cayo Perico, you can probably finish it in under 10 minutes, and the casino heist would probably take more like 15 to 20 minutes, but you can make a couple $100,000 depending on the percentage that you're given. The bare minimum is 15%, and so if you get the bare minimum percentage, usually I find myself making about $300,000 to $400,000. Recently, someone was kind enough to offer me 45 or even 50% of the income. So basically I got about $900,000 in about 10 minutes of work completing the Cayo Perico heist. So highly recommend joining through the community tabs. Just know what you're doing and you should be fine. Most of the time you don't get kicked. Sometimes you will, especially if you actually go into quick join heist and then Cayo Perico or Diamond Casino. That's why I found a little bit more luck actually joining through a community tab. And I guess you can also have Discord servers for it that are pretty much for all platforms, and you can also find people doing the heist finales on there as well. Like the video if you did go on to enjoy. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for more awesome videos like these that you don't want to miss. Click the video on screen out to see more. I hope you all enjoy that video, and peace.